Okay, we're on Kuf Yud Gimel, 113. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock at Mario's house.
Okay, Ernie, you want me to bring a Gemara from Shul or you bring your own?
No, please bring a Gemara from Shul.
Okay.
Thank you.
Harold, you bring yours?
Tanya, there's a brisa that says, "V'lo tisovna chala mimatel mate acher," right? One estate should not go to a different shevet. That's besiba sabalakos, whatever. That's when a husband will inherit the wife's property. The wife is from one shevet and he's from a different shevet. Maybe it can work through a son inheriting his mother's property, also different shevet. Because we already have a pasuk for them. Comes out, according to everybody, and that, according to everybody, refers to transferring the estate via husband. Why? Where do you see it? My mashma. Simon Amar Rav Shilo, Amar Kra Ish. It says Ish. Oh, it says Ish no Ami. This was the Elimelech Ish no Ami. And that's the husband of Naomi. And when the psukim talk about an ish, yeah, but the problem is both psukim tarvayu ish ksiv bu. So how do you know one is the husband, one's the son? El Amar of Amar Kra, Yidbeku Matos. Two matos coming together is through marriage. Ravashi Amar Amar Kra Matel Mata Acher. Ben Lav Acheru. Ben is not considered an Acher, relates to the mother. He's like the mother. A Baal, compared to the woman, is an Acher. Amar Vo Amar Rav Yechon Amar Rav Yana Amar Rabbi. Umatu Bo Mishmer Rav Shuben Koch. B'nai Baal. So, wife dies, husband inherits her property. It's only the property that is currently in her possession that he inherits. Any assets that are going to fall to her later after her death, let's say one of her relatives dies and leave it to her, he would not inherit that, the husband.
Well, because she's dead already, right?
Yeah, but she could be, let's say she dies, but let's say then her father dies after her death.
Yeah.
So normally, but so the husband doesn't get that because that's a potential asset.
Yeah.
It's not an asset that's currently in her estate.
Yes.
And the Gemara is telling us here that a husband only inherits his wife's current assets, not future assets.
Okay.
Where do we see this? George, we're on Kuf Yud Gimel,
Yep.
Amud Aleph, about halfway down.
Yep.
So, Minayim li Yair, because the Pasuk says, Skuv olidus Yair. Skuv gave birth to Yair. Vayilo esrim v'sholosh arim be'eretz Gila. So, Minayim li Yair shlo l'Skuv. How did Yair get it if Skuv didn't have it? Elam alamet shenas Skuv isha umesa. Skuv married a woman. The woman died. Bechai Morisha. While Yair was still alive. And then Mesu, so therefore, the husband inherits it. And then Mesu Morisha, then the one that inherited her dies, Biyarsha Yair. The person who inherited her must have been a relative of her father, not the husband, because we just learned husband doesn't do it. He didn't inherit his father. He inherited whoever inherited the wife's property when she died, which was a relative that she's related to her father, let's say a brother. And then that guy died, and Yair inherited, and not the husband. Because you see, it fulfills the rule we just learned, that the husband cannot inherit something that wasn't in the wife's possession when the wife died. Something that fell to the wife after her death, the husband doesn't get. The son Yair only got it after whoever inherited it from the wife died. The Oimer Velazar ben Aaron Meis. It says Elazar died. Vayikbru so begivas Pinchas beno. Minayin lePinchas shlayel Elazar. How did Pinchas have something that he didn't inherit from his father? Malamed Shenasa Elazar Isha. Elazar died. Elazar married a woman. Umeisa b'chai Morisha. She died. Elazar was still alive. Elazar inherited. Umesu, or one of the wife's heirs inherited, and then that person died. Umesu Morisha v'yarsha Pinchas. Again, Pinchas didn't inherit it from Elazar, but through the heirs of the wife. Why did I need a second pasuk? Ma'ava oimer. V'chitema Yair Davinasavitsa. Maybe Yair got these cities because he married a woman who had these cities, Umesa v'Yarsha, and she died, and he inherited it directly from her. Talmud Lomer v'Elazar ben Aaron Meis, vayikbru also begivas Pinchas beno. That Pinchas inherited indirectly, inherited only the person who had gotten it from his mother.
What inheritance did Pinchas have? He was a kohen, no?
I know, but his mother had estates.
No, he's coming from Elazar, no?
It didn't come from Elazar. It didn't come from Elazar. That's why the Gemara asks, how did Pinchas have something that the father didn't have? Because Elazar didn't have it. That's why it's called the territory of Pinchas.
But doesn't the husband inherit?
But we just learned today, a husband only inherits the assets of his wife.
But she's
The
alive.
assets have to be in the wife's possession when she dies. Things that fall to the wife after her death, the husband doesn't inherit. That's the concept of Roy and Muhzik.
Oh, okay, got it.
The husband only inherits Muhzik and not Roy. And we learn that from these psukim. Maybe shanaf lelei b'sodech chlamim. There are other ways for a Kohen to get land, which is if somebody donates through cherem his land to the Beis Hamikdash, the Kohanim eventually get that. And maybe he had land through that, not through a nachla of his mother, Amar Kra, Beno. Nachla haru'iyah lo v'yarsha b'no. It comes through his status as a ben, not as a status of a Kohen. Then we said b'nei achois. There's brothers and sisters. There's sons of the sisters. And let's say the brothers inherit from their mother. We say that these daughters can inherit, but they cannot give an inheritance to them. And it's only b'nei achos v'lo b'nos achos. It's only the sons of the sisters, not the daughters of the sisters. Why? L'mayil chasa. Arush says l'kadem. It's to say that when there's sons and daughters, the son gets it over the daughter. If there's no son, then the daughter gets it. It says, "Unsatemes lach lasol she'ro v'karvei lav, imishpachto v'yarasho sa. Make ish Yerusha shniya l'Yerusha rishona." A secondary Yerusha is the same as the first. My Yerusha rishona, ben kohen labas, an initial inheritance from a parent. If there's a son and a daughter, the son gets over the daughter. After Yerusha shniya, if someone inherits to them, and they get it secondarily, ben kohen labas. Tani Rav Chanina Kamed Rav Nachman. Oh, thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
On the day that a person gives over his Yerusha to his son. What is this bayom? Bayom atamapil nachlos v'iyatamapil nachlos balayla. The legal process only works in the daytime, not at night. The Gemara is going to show that. What? Is this to mean that's only somebody who dies during the daytime can give his children a Yerusha? If he dies at night, no. Dilma din nachlos comes. We're talking about Beis Din. That is done on these issues. We know Beis Din only operates in the daytime, not at night. The Tanya. This concludes this parsha of the Nachlas. Uri kol parsha kol lios din. That means Beis Din is involved in paskening these shilas regarding Yerusha. Kid Rav Yehuda, Dam Rav Yehuda, shlosha shenichnasu levaker sachoyle. 3 people go to visit a sick person. The sick person thinks he's going to die. So he wants to give instructions what to do with his assets. So Ratsu, Koisvin, so they write what he commanded, and they sign as Avim. But Vimratsu Oisu did. They can organize themselves as a Bezdin. They have 3 of them. And they can paskin as a Bezdin to transfer the assets to the Yorshim through their Psak and Bezdin. But if only Shnayim Bilvad, there's only 2 people who came to visit the Choyla, they don't have an option of Bezdin. Koisvin, Veinois, and Din. You can't do a Din. You need at least 3 for a Din. These 3 have to come in the daytime. Avabalayla, only afilu shloisha koisvin v'nosim din. Beis Din cannot operate at night; can only operate in the daytime. So if they formalize themselves as a Beis Din, it won't work at night, only in the daytime. Okay. So Daf Yomi tomorrow at 5 o'clock at